classic. I love it.
Thanks, John Jay.
I think people understood that.
Sure.
Right. Now, you guys, if you believe the National Enquirer, love may be in the air for Tiger Woods and his ex-wife, Elin Nordegren. He is allegedly trying very hard to get back together with her, and it's a big story because she is actually considering this re-proposal. However, she's going to protect herself, okay? What she has done has said, well, we'll think about it, and if this does happen, we are going to have a major contract. We're going to lay down some major ground rules to the tune of $350 million. That's an anti-cheating clause that she will put in the little agreement if they do indeed decide to remarry. But this is all coming from National Enquirer, so who knows? I don't really know if it's true. We'll see if it comes true. But they actually don't have the greatest reputation, but they have broken a lot of really incredible stories. And I'm pretty sure they even broke the Tiger Woods story back in the day when it actually came out. So it could be a very reliable source. But believe what you want to believe.
I keep on forgetting they're still around. I feel like a lot of TMZ and Perez have sort of replaced a lot of their stuff.
Well,
but
I mean, a lot of people don't pick up the magazines anymore, but they're still out there as a tabloid source.
The story about them getting back together, it's a positive story. If you think about it, the point of view of the children, it's a positive story, which is not really the Enquirers. They are changing a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I guess so. You're right. Now, Charlie Sheen is a grandpa, and I'm going to let you decide whether or not you think he's going to be the most awesome grandpa alive. He was asked by Good Morning America for what advice he would give his granddaughter in facing the potholes of life.
Drive a nice car.
Drive a nice car.
Yeah. Sorry.
When we Right. Drive a nice car. He was making a joke. He's keeping things light and fun, which makes me think he's going to be awesome. He's going to be a great grandpa, you know?
He's going to have some great stories.
It's his job to spoil the kids and keep them funny, you know? It's great.
He's going to have a lot of inappropriate stories to tell people when they're way too young.
Right.
Like my uncle used to do all the time. When I was a little kid, he'd be like, I came home in my car drunk out of my ass. I blacked out and ran into a pole. I'm like, hey, I'm 6. I don't need to hear You're not much of a drinker, are you, Richard? No, I'm 6.
Speaking of inappropriate, thank you for bringing that up. That leads me straight into the train wreck that is Lindsay Lohan. There is a new report saying she is a high-paid escort. One client has even paid to the tune of $100,000 to celebrate New Year's with him in London. Now, Lindsay Lohan's dad, Michael Lohan, he can't keep his mouth shut. You ask him anything, he's going to tell you, right? He talks straight. He says there is no way his daughter is not a highly paid escort, having sex with rich men for money. That is not what is going on. Sure, Lindsay makes personal appearances and gets paid for them, but sex, are you kidding me? I would never say that because she would never do that, and it never happened.
Man,
so her dad has her back.
That's one thing where he might be that might be a really good story. Like, that seems so believable.
Where does she get her money?
Well, I'm saying, if some rich Saudi prince pays $100,000, I wouldn't hang out there New Year's Eve and come over at 1 o'clock in the morning and leave at 1:05.
She's got to have $1 million in legal fees, right? And it's not like she's getting paid $1 million to do movies.
Well, we know about her tax. I mean, she does have financial issues. She's got an even bigger financial issue that has arisen. Allegedly, she is now banned from the W Hotel in New York City for causing over $50,000 worth of damage while staying there. Are you kidding me? $50,000 worth.
How do you do that?
They say she stayed there for a couple of weeks, and her hotel suite had so many cigarette burns that the carpets, they had to completely change the carpets. She trashed the room completely. They want to charge her $50,000. I'm like, yowza. Now, we got to get to this. Last night, it was the season 12 premiere of American Idol. Yes, we did get to see Mariah versus Nikki, the showdown, the catfight. It was incredible. It was a really, really great show. There, of course, were the really funny, hilarious, not so great moments where people didn't really know how to sing and they think they can sing. And both Mariah and Nicki Minaj both showed a very human side of them. And then they brought this one guy on, and he shared his story, and he lost his leg. I mean, he battled with cancer of the leg, and he spent years dancing on and wanted to have dreams of being on Broadway and singing. And he was really, really awesome. So they set up this big story, right? And they show his past, and then they show him walk in with his one leg and then his, what do they call those? Prosthetic. Yeah. and he gives them this audition.
Is our fate. I'm yours. So don't you? Well, don't you want to come on? Ooh.
You want to play something on the guitar?
Yeah, sure. It's all the same. Only the names will change, and every day, yeah, like we're wasting away.
Not bad. And you're like,
Not too
this
bad.
guy's got to go through. He's got the best attitude ever. And then when it comes to the judges judging him,
Is our fate.
That same clip.
Yo.
oh no, they don't let him through. They
don't. I
don't let
couldn't
the
believe
guy
that.
through, and
I
I was
can't believe it.
floored.
Me
And I
too.
thought that he was going to break down. He goes out, he tells his family, they break down, and talk about inspiring. He was like, this isn't the end for me. I'm going to go
Yeah.
practice more. And he had the best attitude. It was like, oh, more people need to be like
He
Evan.
should have. He should have gone through.
I know.
They should have gone.
I mean, he
How about
wasn't
this?
bad enough to keep out. He was actually good enough that I could hear his voice and go, he sounds okay.
You could work with
Did
that.
you guys see Keith Urban during the Dead or Alive Bon Jovi song?
Oh, he was singing with it. He's
Yeah,
like,
in fact, I think if you go back and watch that part over again, I think you'll get embarrassed for Keith Urban.
I think he got embarrassed for
'cause he goes,
himself, too.
"Wanted," and then he goes, and he leans over and he falls down. He puts his head on the table.
embarrassed for himself.
If you
It
just
was-
watch that clip
it was
over and
funny.
over again, like in one of those, what do you call those little those GIF deals?
Yeah.
If you put it in a loop, if you wanted, I think he would be very embarrassed.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. The highlight videos are on our website, johnjanerich.com, keyword GBG.